Hello guys, you're welcome to our Microsoft Excel tutorial for beginners. In today's video, we are going to be looking at the different ways you can duplicate formulas or functions down a column or down in multiple cells while performing calculation. So assuming you are performing calculation on a table containing a very large data set, you can, to save time, there are different ways you can actually automatically perform your calculation very quickly without having to do the calculation one after the other. Okay, so we're going to be looking at different methods you can achieve this applying formula down a column. Now we have a table right here for staff payroll, about to calculate the gross pay and the net pay of these staffs. Okay, so first of all, I'll come over to the gross pay. The gross pay is supposed to be the basic salary plus the allowances. Okay, you add the basic salary to the allowances, you get the gross pay. So I'm going to use the first method, which is the direct method. So that involves typing the formula directly in the cell where you want the answer to appear. So I'm going to start with equal to, and then I'll say sum, since I'm adding, open bracket. Alright, so inside the bracket I'm going to select the basic salary, comma, and then the allowances. Now I can also hard code the cell reference inside my formula by typing it directly without clicking. So to do that, instead of clicking on the basic salary and the total allowance, I can type D3, which is the cell reference for the basic salary, comma, and then E3, which is the allowances. Okay, so I'm going to close that and enter. Yes, this is going to give me the the gross pay for the first staff right here. So this method, I had to type the formula directly in the cell, okay, where I want my answer to appear. Now for the next staff, I'm going to use the next method, which is the FX method, that is using the function argument to calculate the gross pay. So I'm going to activate that cell and then come over to FX. All right, click on that to insert my function. So I'm going to search for, though I already have sum right here, but I can also search, just in case I can't find the function on the list here, I can search for sum. This is going to put it on top of my list. I'll just double click on that to open the function argument box. So whatever I have here, I'm going to clear it, clear that cell reference. Now what I'm going to do is to, inside this number 1 argument box, I'm going to select the basic salary, okay, comma, and then select the I'm going to do it for the second staff, not the first staff. Okay, so basic salary for the second staff, comma, and then the allowance for the second staff, which means I'm about to add the two of them. Once again, you may choose to hard code this inside, that's type it directly inside. So this is going to be D4 if I want to type it, D4 comma, and then E4. Okay, which means I want to add cell D4 to cell E4. Okay, I can just delete this and then click on the cell directly this time. So I'm going to say basic salary. I can add the plus there, basic salary plus the allowances. All right, so this is going to give me the result. I can now tap OK to confirm. Yes, that's the result, the gross pay for the second staff. So the first method, we had to type the formula directly. This time we use the FX function or FX function argument box. Now the third method, I'm going to use AutoSum. Okay, AutoSum. Now the AutoSum function, AutoSum is right there under formula. You can find it right there. You can also find it in the home menu. If you go home, we have AutoSum right there. Okay, but I prefer using the one under formula. So I'm going to activate this cell and then go to formula and then select AutoSum. All right, this is going to give me my formula automatically. Okay, but you see, what AutoSum is trying to do here is trying to add the basic salary plus allowance plus deduction that is not what I want. So I'm going to delete whatever is inside the bracket. All right, then I can just come and select the basic salary, okay, then plus the allowances, or you can use comma. Okay, so once you do that, you hit enter. This is going to give you the gross pay for Fatima, which is who is the third staff. All right, so that's how you use AutoSum to add. Now the next method, the other three methods, or four methods, the remaining four methods we are going to look at, they depend on an existing formula. So you need to first of all calculate one, at least one, before the remaining four methods are going to work. So the next method is the copy and paste method, all right, which means I have to just copy this formula and paste it. Excel will automatically recognize my formula and use it to calculate the gross pay for the next staff. So I'm going to come over here and copy this with Ctrl C, or right click on it and select copy. Okay, then you come over here and you paste it with Ctrl V. All right, this is going to automatically use the formula to calculate the gross pay for the next staff, which means 85 plus 12 is going to give us 97,000 naira. That is 85,000 plus 12,000, sorry, plus 2,000. Okay, that's correct, 12,000. Okay, so that gives us 97,000 naira. Okay, now you can also use the copy and paste in another way. You can just come over here and copy that. Okay, then come over here. Instead of using Ctrl V, I'm going to right click on this cell and then select FX. Okay, which means I want to paste the formula, not the value. Okay, I'm pasting the formula, not the value. This is going to use the formula to calculate and give me the result for John, the next staff. Okay, so that's how you use the copy and paste method. Now let's talk about the next method, which is the drag method, which you have to drag down. So assuming I'm going to delete this. Assuming I have one already calculated, I am going to activate that cell and then come over to the drag area right here at the bottom right corner. But make sure you activate or you click on the cell once. Okay, then you come to the bottom right corner, place your cursor there, hold it and drag down. This is going to automatically calculate the rest for you. Okay, very quick method. All right, so the next method is called the Flashfill method or the double click method. Again, it depends on an existing result. So since I've already calculated one, I'm going to come over here. All right, and then all I have to do, I'm not going to drag this time. Instead, I'm going to double click on it. It's going to give me the result automatically. So imagine if you have up to 1,000 or more records to calculate. You can do this all at the same time by just double clicking. All right, so the final method, since we already have an Excel table, all right, this is going to be this is more preferable. Okay, especially when you have a very large data set. Okay, like up to 1,000 or 2,000 or more to calculate. You can just come over here. First of all, I'm going to calculate it directly. Equal to sum, open bracket. Then I will select the basic salary plus the allowances, close the bracket, enter. This is going to calculate the first one. So to automatically calculate the rest, I'll just come over here to this autocorrect options, tap on that and then select override all cells in this column with this formula. So once I tap on that, this is going to automatically calculate all the rest for me, regardless of the number of data I have on this column. Is going to give me the result of all of them. Okay, so that is how you calculate the that's how you automatically apply formula down the column in Microsoft Excel. Okay, so I would like you to use these methods I just explained to calculate the net pay, assuming the net pay is equal to the gross pay minus deduction. Okay, so gross pay minus deduction gives you the net pay. So use this method you just learned to calculate the net pay for all the staffs.